Prayer by the chaplain.
Let's pray. Our gracious God, thank you this day for the privilege to stand before this legislative body and ask your blessing on their behalf. I thank you for each one who sacrifices time and effort with the hopes of creating a better state for each and every one of us. I acknowledge on behalf of this body the great need for your help as they come together today to commence the tasks before them. May your presence reside here this day and be sensed by every member, dear Lord. My prayer today is that you, O Lord, would simply guide the affairs of this body as they deliberate bills affecting the well-being of the residents of our wonderful state. I pray that wisdom, discretion, and grace would be bestowed upon each member of this as they debate, collaborate, and vote on various bills left to be settled in this session. I pray that the issues our state is facing on a variety of fronts can find relief to the extent of this legislative body's jurisdictional boundaries will allow. I pray for the families of each member who sacrifice time apart from each other as the business of this session goes on. May you bless them for their sacrifices and provide for their needs according to your abundant mercies. Thank you, dear Lord, for our great state of Minnesota. May you continually guide it, keep it, and bless it for your name's sake. Amen.
Amen. The chaplain for today is the Reverend Austin Wartner from Metropolitan Baptist Church, Bloomington, Minnesota. The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Thank you. The clerk would take the roll. Members, please check in for the quorum call. Members, please check in. The clerk would call, the clerk would call the names of those members who have not checked in.
Anderson.
Anderson present.
Anderson
present.
Anderson present. Backer.
Backer present.
Backer present. Bonner.
Bonner present.
Bonner present. Becker Finn. Becker Finn.
Becker Finn present.
Becker Finn present. Bow.
Bow present.
Bow present. Frazier. Frazier. Frederick.
Frederick present.
Frederick present. Freiberg.
Freiberg present.
Freiberg present. Gomez.
Gomez present.
Gomez present. Grunhagen.
Grunhagen present.
Grunhagen present. Hamilton.
Hamilton present.
Hamilton present. Hausman.
Hausman present.
Hausman present. Hollins.
Hollins present.
Hollins present. Hornstein.
Hornstein present.
Hornstein present. Howard.
Howard present.
Howard present. Igo.
Igo present.
Igo present. Keeler.
Keeler present.
Keeler present. Kosnick.
Kosnick present.
Kosnick present. Lissegard.
Oh, it's Lagarde present.
Lissegard present. Mariani. Mariani. Mason.
Mason present.
Mason present. Moeller.
Moeller present.
Moeller present. Moran.
Present.
Moran present. Murphy. Murphy. Pinto.
Pinto present.
Pinto present. Poston. Poston. Stevenson.
Stevenson present.
Stevenson present. Swazinski. Swazinski present. Tice.
Tice present.
Tice present. Thompson.
Thompson present.
Thompson present. Vang. Vang present. Zhang Ti. Zhang Ti. Speaker Hartman.
Speaker Hartman present.
Speaker Hartman present. Frazier. Frazier.
Present. Frazier present.
Frazier present. Mariani. Mariani. Murphy. Murphy. Poston. Poston. Who's that? Murphy.
Murphy present.
Murphy present. Zhang Ti. Zhang Ti.
The clerk will close the roll. A quorum is present. The clerk will read the journal of the preceding day.
Journal of the House, 92nd Session, 2022, 108th day, St. Paul, Minnesota, Thursday, May 12th, 2022.
If there is no objections, further reading of the journal will be dispensed with. The journal will be approved as corrected by the chief clerk. Hearing no objections, the journal is approved as corrected by the chief clerk. Comparison reports. A copy of this order of business is online. If there is no objections, the motion will prevail. Hearing no objections, the motion prevails and the substitution will be made. Report of the Standing Committee and Divisions. A copy of this order of business is online. If there is no objections, the report will be adopted. Hearing no objections, the report are adopted. Second reading of Senate file.
Second reading, Senate file number 3257. Second reading, Senate file number 3288.
Introductions of bills. The following House files have been offered for introduction today. The Chief Clerk will report the House files and give them their first reading.
Introduction of first reading of House Files 4880 through 4885.
First reading, House File 4880 through 4885. Report from committees on rules and legislative administration.
Winkler from the Committee on Rules and Legislative Administration, pursuant to Rules 1.21 and 3.33, designates the following bills to be placed on the calendar for the day for Tuesday, May 17, 2022, and establishes a pre-filing requirement for amendments offered to the following bills. House File numbers 2354, 2665, Senate File number 3850, House File number 1829, and Senate File numbers 1391 and 2922.
All right. Announcement by the Speaker.
Announced by the Speaker, a message from the Senate has been received requesting concurrence by the House to amendments adopted by the Senate to the following House File. House File number 2353.
Majority Leader Winkler.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move a recess to the call of the chair, and we will provide members at least 30 minutes notice before reconvening.
Discussion. Minority Leader Dowds.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Excuse me. Republican members, just watch for a notice of when we're going to caucus. We're going to go to Rules Committee now. Obviously, we'll have Exec Board in the meantime. I think conference committees are going to meet, so just watch sometime, probably afternoon, we're going to have a caucus to talk about a lot of different things. So please watch for that notice.
All right. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Aye. The House is in recess.